My name is Logan Greer. I'm the pastor of Hillside Church in Lucas Valley area of Marin County, and I am just so just loving this series that we're doing together called Flawed Follower. We've been talking about Peter walking on water, Jesus walking on water, and I think this story tells us three postures that we can take as Christians as we seek to follow Jesus, no matter what life throws at us, whether it's storm, whether it's ups or downs, or anything else. And it's in this very short exchange. Jesus walks on the water out to his disciples in the boat. They're terrified. They think it's a ghost. Jesus says, "Take courage. It is I. Don't be afraid." And then Peter says something interesting. Let me read it to you. He says, "Lord, if it's you, tell me to come to you on the water." "Come," Jesus said. Then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on the water, and came toward Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, cried out, "Lord, save me." Immediately Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. "You have little faith," he said. "Why did you doubt?" And I think in this very short exchange, we learn three postures from Peter about what it means to follow Jesus. And the first is this: hands out. Hands out, seeking guidance from Jesus, trying to ask Jesus what his call and will is in his life. Peter's asking Jesus for guidance. And so we learn this: hands out, looking for guidance from Jesus. And the second posture we learn from Peter is when he responds to Jesus, when Jesus says, "Come," and Peter immediately jumps out of the boat. Peter's feet ready to respond and obey and put into practice whatever Jesus is calling him to. And then the third posture we learn is actually kind of the inverse. We learn it from what not to do based on what Peter did, is that when Peter gets out of the boat, he begins to be distracted by the wind and the waves, and his fear overwhelms him, and he begins to falter and fail and sink, and he cries out to Jesus. And so the third posture we learn from Peter is eyes up on Jesus, not on the storm around us. And so these are the three postures that Peter teaches us: hands out, seeking guidance from Jesus; feet ready to respond and obey and put into practice whatever we hear from Jesus; and then eyes up, locked on Jesus, continually refocusing on Jesus, reliant on his grace when we fail and falter, because we won't get this right. We're all flawed followers. And so these three postures: hands out, feet ready, eyes up. What does that mean for you? What's going on in your life? Where do you need to have your hands out, seeking guidance from Jesus, asking him what his will and call is on your life? How are your hands out in prayer, in scripture, through community and wise counsel? Are your hands out? And then, are your feet ready? Are you ready to put into practice and to obey and to jump out of that boat when Jesus calls you, whether he's calling you to something big or something small and every day? Are your feet ready? How can you position yourself to respond quickly in obedience to Jesus? And then lastly, are your eyes up? What are you looking at? Where's your attention? What is your focus? Are you looking at the problems around you, or your eyes up on Jesus? Are you focused on him? Are you continually refocusing on him? Are you reliant on his grace and his performance, not your own? Are you focused on Jesus? Is he at the center? And so these are the three postures that I think are incredibly helpful for us as Christians that Peter teaches us: hands out, feet ready, and eyes up.